Hello, 6-1 families. We need to talk about an assignment your students received on April 6th, Culturegrams Comparing the U.S. and South Asia. We have done Culturegrams assignments before. They did one when Miss Wakefield was still here, and we worked on one when we studied Southwest Asia. We went over all of the instructions on Thursday, and then I had a substitute Friday and Monday, and the students were required to finish their assignment while I was gone. Some students did that, but many students did not feel like they needed to get their work done, and so now it is homework, and Thursday in class they will have a test using their journal over their Culturegrams assignment. When we left class Thursday, this is the minimum of what each student should have done. We went over these 3 examples together because they were the tricky ones. Brunei, because it was accidentally left off the page. East Timor, because the French name of that shows up in Culturegrams is Timor-Leste, and then the United States of America, which is not part of Asia, but that's what we're comparing to. Some students, when I came back Monday afternoon, did not even have this part done that we had done together in class. And then there were the wonderful students who did their work, and I came back and saw completed work from them. Now, some of your students were absent, and that's totally excusable, but they still need to get their work done. So I'm going to show you the steps that they need to take on a computer to fill in their comparison chart. So the first thing that your student needs to do is go to the Denton ISD webpage. Once they're there, they're going to click on the Students tab up here in the top right corner. And then over here on the left side, they have their single sign-on portal. It is going to prompt them to sign into that, and theirs looks a little bit different than mine because these are the teacher apps that are available. But the one they're going to go to is Google Classroom. Once they're in Google Classroom, they need to go to their 6-1 Contemporary World Societies class. Find the Culturegrams assignment for South and Southeast Asia and click on the Remote Patron Authentication. This is where they sign in using their student ID number and the year they were born. Once they get signed in, this screen shows up. And then they're going to click right here where it says Culturegrams. In the Culturegrams, we want to go to the World Edition and then Graphs and Tables. They go to Build Your Own Comparison Table. And then this is the most difficult part of the assignment, but you're going to see it's not really that hard. The thing that they have to remember is to hold down the Control key, this one right here, when they make each one of their selections. So they'll go through their list of countries, holding down the Control key as they make each selection. So the first country that they're going to look for is Bangladesh. Hold Control, click that country. Scroll down some more, there's Bhutan. We need Brunei, Cambodia, China, Hong Kong, India and Indonesia, Japan, Laos, Malaysia, Mongolia, Myanmar, Nepal, North Korea, the Philippines, Singapore, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Timor-Leste, which is the French version of East Timor, the United States of America, and Vietnam. And each time I clicked a country, I held the Control key. On the right side, they're selecting their categories. They want the population, again holding the Control key, population median age, population density per square mile, the GDP per capita, cellular phone subscriptions, male literacy, female literacy, mean years of schooling, life expectancy for male and females, physicians, infant mortality, and the Human Development Index. They don't have to choose all of those at once. If it's easier for them to just go through one category at a time or one country at a time, that's an option too. And then you create your comparison table. All the information that they need to put on their chart is now here on this comparison table. And in class, we used a handy dandy red sheet of paper to help eliminate some of the information to make sure we were on track that way, and then also to make sure we were on the right line in our journal. Some of the things you're not going to find when you do this here, and so I had given them some extra little helpful hints on the board, which I'll show you. So in class Thursday before I left, I told the kids about, for Hong Kong, they're going to put NA on physicians because Hong Kong is part of China. In North Korea, NA for the mean years of schooling and 100% for their literacy rate. And they are not listed on the Human Development Index, so NA for that as well. These other 5 countries, for their literacy rate, it only shows up if you search the adult literacy rate. So you can see for the United States, Hong Kong, Japan, North Korea, and South Korea what they need to put for male and female literacy rates. We had the steps for going through Culturegram, choosing that World Edition, graphs and tables, build your own comparison table, and again, the most important key of holding down Control while you select your countries and categories. And notes again about how to sign on and to fill in the data, especially remembering that Timor-Leste was East Timor, and that the United States does need to be filled in, but it's not part of the United States. All of this was gone over on Thursday before I had a substitute on Friday and Monday. So unless your student was absent, their work should have been done. And it needs to be done now at home, and their test will be Thursday in class. Thank you, and I hope you guys have a great evening.